Welcome back, family. Welcome back to Nala's Journey. Guys, I've seen your comments. You want to learn about life in America. Well, listen, you've come to the right place. Welcome back to Nala's Journey. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, press the like button. Share my video. Sharing is caring. Please subscribe. Please join this family. Let's talk about life in America. Let me tell you about one of the struggles here in America. You know what Americans struggle with. Okay, let me tell you about that. Listen, the choices that some of my brothers and sisters here in America make affects them long term. It does. Let me tell you about that. And you know what? Here's the thing. Choices, decisions have to be made every day. But it's good and it's important to think things through, research things, and make decisions that will be beneficial to your family long term. But not every American thinks like that. But I do, and I want to share it with you. Let me tell you one of the major struggles here in America. It's the car choices. Let me tell you about one of the major struggles here in America. It's the car choices, the vehicle that my American brothers and sisters choose to buy. Listen, these car choices, it's affecting families long term. It is. Listen, I told you guys I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate broker. And people come to me and they want to buy a house. And when I help them review their finances, time and time again, and even this week, it is crystal clear that the car choices that families are making, individuals are making here in the U.S., is affecting their long-term success in America. It's affecting them. It is. It is. People here in America, they're choosing to buy these expensive cars, the Mercedes, you know, the BMWs, the Jaguars, or other high-end cars, you know, with a hefty monthly payment. And then on top of that, they have the insurance. And then what about those surprise repairs and accidents and things like that? Well, let me tell you, the car choices, the vehicle choices here in America is affecting Americans. Americans want to get ahead, but one of the key reasons why they're not getting ahead, it's the car choices. Let me tell you, it's the vehicle choices. It's the payment that they have on these vehicles. $400 plus a month, plus insurance, car insurance on top of that, plus car repairs on top of that. Let me tell you, the choices that a person makes today on a vehicle here in the U.S. affects their long-term success. So guys, you want to learn about life here in America. Here's the real and raw truth. Americans are making mistakes, bad decisions when it comes to the cars here in the U.S. They're doing it. And because of the decisions they're making to buy these cars, these expensive cars with these heavy duty, you know, car payments and car insurance on top of that, they can't afford to buy a house. Many Americans. One, they're not making enough money. A lot of times they're not making enough money to buy a house. And on top of that, the money they are making is going towards a car payment. That's right, guys. You guys want to learn about life here in America. Well, I'm telling you, I'm sharing you. Hey guys, if you like the content, press that like button. Please share my video with your friends and family. Please subscribe to the channel. Please join the family. Please do. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're in the U.S. watching, what state are you watching from? If you're in Africa watching, what country are you watching from in Africa? Let me know, guys. I'm interested. Okay. Listen, yeah. So, you know, it's important for a person to look at their finances thoroughly before they make a big financial purchase like a car. It's important. You know, too many people here in America, you know, the blame game. You know, oh, I don't make enough money. No, you've got to look at what you're making and what the financial cost is to what you're thinking about purchasing. You know, we gotta stop blaming, I'm not making enough money. That's just part of the problem, okay? The financial decisions Americans are making affects their long-term success here in America. It does. Listen, I think it's important. I think where a person decides to live should be their number one financial goal, their number one financial expense, where they decide to live. That's what I believe, guys. That's what I believe. But unfortunately, guys, as I said before, many of my American brothers and sisters, they're choosing these expensive cars. Doesn't make sense to me. For me personally, listen, I believe, again, my number one cost and expense in life should be where I live. And I don't believe in buying something that's going to give me stress, that's going to bog me down. I don't want to make decisions like that, to me, it just doesn't make sense to buy an expensive vehicle, but you buy an expensive vehicle, and that means that you cannot afford to buy a house. You buy an expensive vehicle, and that means you cannot even afford to rent an apartment here in Georgia. Remember, I told you guys to rent an apartment here in Georgia, it's about $1,200 US. That's every month, right? And that's for a one-bedroom apartment. Well, listen, what about a person with kids, huh? Yeah, so people here in America, we need to make better choices in terms of our finances. We should not put a car as a priority. Spend all this money on a car, get committed to a monthly payment. That's not a wise choice at all. It's not. So life here in America, it is becoming more and more of a struggle. And one of the reasons why, it's the cars that Americans are buying. These luxurious cars, these pricey cars. Because, a lot of times it's not even a very high-end car. It's a car that has a high interest rate that leads to a high monthly payment. A lot of times it's that, okay? It's a serious thing here in America. Yeah. So people are struggling, people are overwhelmed, they want to live better in terms of, where they live. They want to live in a better place. But listen, because the car payment is so high, they have no choice but to rent a room. Listen, you Google that thing, rooms for rent here in America. You'll be surprised how many websites there are regarding rooms for rent in America. It's a necessity these days. It is, because number one, a lot of people are not making enough money to actually pay for an apartment on their own. Number two, a lot of people have committed their finances to these car payments, okay? They've got this hefty car payment, so they cannot afford an apartment. So no choice but to rent a room, guys. It's a real thing throughout the U.S., all 52 states. You Google that thing. The cost to rent a room here in America is on the rise. It is. Average cost here in Georgia, in the state of Georgia. Georgia is Southeast America. The average cost to rent a room is about $800. Some places it's about $1,000 just to rent a room. That means that you're sharing a living room. It means that you're sharing a bathroom, sharing a kitchen with maybe 2 or 3 other people. This is a real serious thing here in America. Yeah, could you believe it, guys? So because families and individuals have chose to buy this expensive car, or a car that has a very, high car payment, they have no choice but to live in a room here in America. So what is life here in America like? Let me tell you, it's a struggle right now. People are living in rooms because they made this heavy choice of buying this expensive car. It's a struggle right now in America. People are struggling financially. Yes, I mentioned this before. A lot of people are not making a lot of money. They're making less than $20 an hour. Minimum wage. 14, $15 an hour, depending on what state that you're in. And some people want. Here's the thing, guys. There's a difference between wants and needs. They want that car, and not in every state do you need to have a car. For example, here in Georgia, if you live in the suburbs of Georgia, yeah, fine. You need to have a car to get you from point A to B. But it doesn't have to be an expensive car. It doesn't have to be a pricey car. Okay, listen. Whether you buy a $10,000 car or whether you buy a $30,000 car, that car will take you from point A to point B. It's up to the individual to make a sound financial decision, okay? That's going to affect their family, whether it be positively or negatively in the future. It's up to the individual. It is, guys, it is. So listen, I'm going to continue chatting about life in America. I hope you like the video. If you do, press that like button, guys. Listen, let's grow this family. Absolutely. We're over 400 families. Continue chatting with you about different topics about life here in America, because I've seen your comments, guys. You guys want to know about, what is it like to live here in America? Well, two things. People are struggling financially. People are making poor financial decisions. They're not making enough money. A lot of states, a lot of people, and it's not an age thing, young and old. Let me tell you, just this week, I got in contact with someone, made a bad financial choice regarding a car. They have a $400 plus monthly car payment right now, and they are now forced to live in a room because they cannot afford an apartment on their own, and they definitely cannot afford a house. So it's a real struggle here in America. So I'm going to continue chatting with you guys about life here in America. I hope you like the video, guys. Press that like button. I like when you press my like button. I do. This is Nala. I'll see you in the next video.